Hello everyone, welcome to week 4 of The Artist Way. In fact, I gotta get my book for reference. So the title for this week is called Recovering a Sense of Integrity, which I guess I don't really know what it means by that, as in like what changes could I expect with recovering integrity? I don't know. But I have already read the chapter for this week and I did film a couple of clips of my thoughts while I was reading it, so I'll insert those here. Okay, interesting thing that I just wanted to note while I'm reading chapter 4 is that it's talking a lot about feeling the need to like refresh, get rid of things, change things. And that's so funny because if you watched the week 1 video, I got a whole new sofa set and like I felt very like creatively engaged while trying to like reorganize the living room and stuff. And I mean, to be fair, this is kind of always me, but it's just nice to know that this is something that's like taken into consideration in this process. Is like that need, that feeling to like get rid of the old, bring in the new, like make sure you're not holding on to things that you don't need, because I'm terrible at that. I have a load of things I don't need. I'm really bad at holding on to old clothes that I don't wear anymore because I'm still like, they're cute, but I don't wear them, you know? So maybe that's my inspiration to go through my clothes again. That's been something that's been on my mind recently. Especially now we're coming into summer, I think I definitely noticed there was a lack of wearing a lot of my jumpers and things over the winter. Lots that I just did not feel drawn to. So maybe now we're changing season, I can accept, hey, these maybe made it a whole winter without being worn. Maybe that means it's time to let go, you know? Anyway, I'm gonna go back to reading. Okay, not to jump in again, it's literally been like a minute. Usually I read this at work, so I don't have the opportunity to talk about it as I go, but this must be a coincidence, maybe it's not, maybe it is really what's happening, but she's literally just spoken about dreams becoming clearer, remembering your nighttime dreams more, and like having more daydreams. I can't say for daydreams necessarily. I have had really vivid dreams that are very memorable the last few nights. Now, that might just be coincidental timing, but that seems kind of crazy to me. Yeah, really strange, like 2 nights in a row, maybe more, I'm not sure. But I've had like, do you know those nights where it feels like you've been dreaming the full like 7 hours? Like it feels like it was a 7-hour film, 7-hour day of life that you just experienced, like so vivid and like not realistic, definitely not. But yeah, strange. So yeah, that's what I was sort of thinking about while I was reading the chapter. But let's get into reading deprivation. That is one of the main things of this week. If you're unfamiliar with The Artist Way, essentially she puts forward that for this whole week, for whole week 4, you shouldn't read anything. So no books, no magazines, no newspaper, like no anything like that. Obviously, this was written in the 90s. It is dated. It doesn't reference anything to do with social media, YouTube, you know, that kind of media consumption. So kind of had to go about making my own rules for it. First of all, I'm obviously not going to be reading. For me, that feels like a weird thing because I understand the concept is basically to shut out all outside ideas to try and let your brain do all the talking. So in that way, obviously, yeah, reading can be very inspiring, but it is based off other people's ideas. This sucks because I literally just started a new book and I was really enjoying it, but we will just get back to that next week. So no reading books. I don't really read the news anyway, but like no reading news. One of the biggest things that isn't actually put forward in the book, but I've decided to do is no social media. So I'm like pausing all the apps on my phone. I can't lock them or anything. I've got a Google phone. Apparently they don't do that. But I'm like pausing all the apps. So I'm not going to go on like Instagram, things like that. I'm also going to try and not watch any like YouTube and things like that. There will definitely be some like TV watching of an evening, but we'll see. It might not be very much. I'm actually working a few evenings this week, so it might not even be that there's much of that. I did see some people say they weren't even going to be playing any like video games or anything. I don't think I necessarily care to cut that out. I do understand why, but we'll just sort of see. The biggest thing for me is that I am a constant background noise person. I think I might have said this in the last video. I always have something on, a podcast, a Twitch stream, a YouTube video, a TV show, a film, whatever. If I'm doing something, if I'm being productive, even when I'm editing my own videos in which I am speaking and I'm listening to myself speak, I'll have some other noise on, which is kind of crazy. So that is like actually my main thing I'm going to cut out. Other than that, it's basically reading and listening to podcasts on my commute. I think that's going to be the hardest bit for me, is I've essentially got nothing to do on my commutes then. I guess I could write, draw. What do you do? I don't know. But there was a lot of suggestion of just look at the world around you, huh? For a second, like, don't be so turned inwards to, obviously nowadays our phones and stuff, but she was referencing like books, newspapers. It can really block out the world around you. How about just look at some people, you know? So that'll be interesting. Also at work, I often have like a video playing in my like earphones just to like, you know, bit of background noise. Not gonna do that at all, so that'll be interesting. She did seem to suggest as well in the chapter that listening to radio instead is not like a good fix. So I did see some people online saying they don't listen to any music at all. I can kind of see it because especially music with like lyrics, there's very much like other people's thoughts and ideas coming through. So I guess I might limit that. I'm not a big music person, but I can see me wanting to listen to music in lieu of anything else. So we'll see. Obviously at the end of the week, I'll let you know how I did. But yeah, I'm very intrigued. I did find when I was reading it that I immediately wanted to go, that's really dumb. I'm not doing that. Like, why should I do that? Especially because for me, reading is something that I've only recently, like in the last year, maybe two, really got as a habit of doing instead of like being on my phone. Now, obviously in this case, I'm not going to be on my phone either, but for me, reading is now my really positive habit, which it is. And she's not saying it's not, but just for the sake of like not taking in other people's ideas, just to then change my mindset on like, no reading. Don't read that book, you know? So that's kind of crazy for me, but I'll see how I go. But despite my initial like, that's really dumb, I'm not doing that, I was like, no, the fact that I'm having such a big, I can't do that, I'm like, I should probably try and do that, you know? I think especially things of like the social media and the background noise, that's my biggest one. Just to see how much I cannot do it. I'm not a big like doom scroller or anything, so like that's not something that's gonna be like missing from my life. But there are definitely content creators that like on Instagram, definitely YouTube and stuff that I'm like, oh, but I like keeping up with their stuff. So that's more just like a personal like, that'll be unfortunate for the week. But yeah, we'll see how we go. I will catch you some point during the week. Good morning, everyone. I am here to randomise my artist date today. It is currently Tuesday, so I thought it would be good to get the date decided early on. Also, this drink looks really gross. It's a vitamin C water. Looks kind of sus. Yes, I've got my random number generator, and my list of date ideas. We may have to redraw because this week is the reading deprivation week. So if anything to do with reading, watching, that kind of thing comes up, I don't feel like I can do that for this. By the way, I'm so bored. I was fine yesterday doing it. I think the morning seems to be the hardest bit for me. So we'll see. But anyway, let's generate a number. Okay, I got 7. Number 7. And that is... Oh, you know what? I literally just saw this on the list and thought that's not a great one. It says, create an artist workspace in your home. Now, I do have a space upstairs that's got like all my craft supplies and it's got a desk and really cute. I sort of set that all up earlier this year, I think. And then this is sort of our other space, our other desk area. I suppose really then it would make sense for me to try and fit in some time to get this space organized. Because essentially we rearranged the whole living room. So all of the extra stuff went upstairs into our spare room where my craft stuff is as well. And we are currently still in the process of bringing everything back down, mostly because I am committed to trying to like declutter everything that comes back down into this room. I just think while we're moving everything, we may as well try and get rid of things. That was actually interesting because in this week's chapter, she was speaking about you might feel the need to like get rid of lots of stuff, which to be honest, I always feel like that. I'm like such a hoarder. I love having things. Like I do have lots of things that I like and I just don't want to get rid of. But I definitely always have this sense of like, there's plenty of stuff that we could get rid of though. So that's kind of like, it's not necessarily happening because of this, but I guess actually that does mean that that date would be quite timely for this week. Yeah, I can set aside a bunch of time, I guess, to try and get both spaces in as usable a state as possible, because actually at the moment I'm not able to film any of my gaming videos because that room is such a mess. And it's like I could like push stuff out the way, but it's like it's sort of a bit of a block to me doing that because it's like in my way. All right, that's what we'll do this week then. I'll work on creating my artist spaces. Yeah, I only wasn't sure about that one on the list because it does feel like I've already got it, but actually at the moment they are out of commission, both spaces. So yes, that is a good plan. I won't be able to start doing any of that now because I need to leave in half an hour to go to a dance class. So we will reconvene on that later in the week. Hello? Oh. All right, so that was all the footage of me getting the desk down here and my spare room where I've got my craft stuff and I film all back in working order. I spent hours on that. That is the biggest artist date time commitment I've done so far. And I think, like I was trying to say before, very timely. That was something I kind of just needed to do anyway. And actually it was really nice to frame it in that way of like, no, I'm doing this so I can do the creative things that I like to do easily in a nice space. You would have also seen I was getting like, we got a new sofa bed. I got that all put together and stuff, which I was just really excited to do and really made the room feel nice. This desk space down here is like pretty much fully, it's just good to go. It's nice and clear, organized, perfect. The upstairs room still needs some work. There is now basically a bunch of books that were down here that I don't see a reason to just bring down here, so they will be stacked up there for now. I'm looking into getting some new bookshelves or more bookshelves. I've still got some more craft supplies and like workout gear that I don't know what to do with yet. They kind of don't have a home, so I'm figuring that out. And there's also just a huge pile of stuff that is to get rid of. So a lot of that is being listed on Vinted. As we speak, I am selling things. That's also a lot of stuff that I have been clearing out since before that I just had sat there. But I've got that all photographed, I'm getting it listed. And some of that is also things that need to go to like recycling bins, so like fabric and shoe recycling and stuff. And then finally, there is some stuff that, again, has been sat around for a while. but I've now got it out and I'm leaving it out so I remember to do it. I've got a bag that is full of stuff that I want to alter / use as fabrics for sewing projects and things, which is nice because that's one of the things that's like a creative thing that I never put enough time into. I think because it's very time consuming. You kind of can't do 5 minutes of getting out your sewing machine and setting it all up. It takes a while, and yeah, especially when you're not proficient in the sewings, it takes me a while to get into it. But if I did it more frequently, it wouldn't take me so long to remember how to do it every time. And then absolutely finally, I have a bag of stuff that needs hand washing. I have a bunch of like wool things, but genuinely wool socks that I love, so warm, really nice. I didn't get to wear at all this winter because they have been needing washing since last winter, and I just will not bring myself to hand wash things. It's one of those things that goes back and forth on itself because these things need hand washing. I'm not gonna ruin them by putting them in the washing machine, but I mostly would wear these things, wool items mostly, in winter, where if you hand wash them, they are soaking wet and then they take forever to dry because it's winter. You know, it's the kind of thing you want to wash and dry in summer, but you wear it in the winter. Anyway, that isn't an excuse for some like leggings that I've got sat in there, which for some reason are hand wash only, I think. Why I bought them, who knows, but anyway. But yeah, that's a little rundown of why that's not fully finished, but that room is usable. The creative workspace, so to say, that is up and running. Playing Blueprints, by the way, if anyone's also playing that. But yeah, now I'm going to insert a clip of me doing actually a little bit more closet clear out. So the things that you see me clear out now are on Vinted, if you're interested. I'll put my name, description and stuff if you're interested. There's obviously loads of other stuff on there as well, but anyway, I think I start the clip a little bit weird because I wasn't sure when I filmed it if I was gonna keep it in this video or do like a full closet clear out video of its own, but I decided just to do my dresses and skirts just for this video because actually one of the tasks for this week was, I think it said specifically something like get rid of one like low self-esteem outfit or something like that, but I've been meaning to do some closet clear out. I mean, I've been doing, but I'm constantly like, let's cycle through, let's get some stuff out, we don't wear it, you know? So that was also a good time to just get it gone. So I just sold something on Vinted. But anyway, I love watching people do like closet clear outs and stuff, so I hope you enjoy. Okay, first section we are tackling this cupboard. So much random stuff. This is all my skirts and dresses. Now this is what I'm really here for because this is unacceptable. Oh my goodness. Okay. And it goes back in if we keep it. I don't know if I'm gonna get rid of loads. We'll just have to see. This, super cute and summery, wear it every summer, keep. Gonna try and pick out like some solid keeps first, like this one. Absolutely love this baby. It's basically one of my only long but like more casual dresses. You know what, actually I'm just picking this out. This, I think it's so cute, I think it's so fun. I can only imagine costume ideas for it though, like kind of giving alien, I guess, like if I did some boppers or whatever. I'm not gonna wear this, so we're getting rid of it. I think it's cute, but I just don't wear it. This, now, you would think, Ellie, cow print dress you wore once as a costume, you should get rid of that. Absolutely not. I will wear this again. She'll have her day. This is really cute. I probably am not gonna try things on. I am slightly concerned that this maybe won't fit me anymore. But that's the kind of thing, it's like, okay, then when I next go to wear it, I'll get rid of it. If it doesn't fit, fingers crossed it does. This really cute and simple, keep, perfect little florally skirt, keep, skirt which I have a big sort of like almost sentimental attachment because I got it and wore it like while I was at uni a lot and I do love it. I just don't think it's me anymore, you know? Which kind of sucks. I kind of want this to be me, but I just don't think it is. So I think it's going. This, I feel bad about this skirt. I kind of loved the idea of it when I got it. It's nice and flowy. I love gingham. I kind of don't like the color though. It's like just slightly too like corally for me. Like it's not quite orange. It's not even quite peach. It's like coral. And I just think I'm too red in the tone for this color. And also it's very flowy and the smallest bit of wind and it's showing all my underwears. So it's going. I'm gonna just adjust this angle. Is that better? Yeah. This is actually my mum's, so I wouldn't get rid of it anyway because that's her call. But I love it, so it's staying. Regardless, I was about to say I'm not getting rid of as much as I'd hoped, but actually I've already got rid of 3 things, which for me is big news. So already worn this multiple times this summer, keep. This I've had, oh my goodness, I'm about to get sentimental, for so long. Like since I was a child, so long. See, now I'm looking at it in the thing. I feel like this looks like it would be really cute on me. Okay, it gets one last shot. If I don't wear it this summer, it's out. This is like a long tie-dye, almost like beach cover-up. This, heavily sentimental, I got it in Malaysia. I am keeping it because if nothing else, beach cover-up. I bought it on the beach, I'll wear it on the beach. This, really simple bodycon yellow dress, perfect, keeping. Let's get all the yellow out the way. Again, it's far too similar to keep both, but I wear them both. Yellow bodycon dress, keep. They're slightly different. You know what, fine, another one. Yellow dress, very like summer dress, super cute. If I don't wear this summer, I'll be deeply disappointed with myself. Just the cutest little skirt, keeping. Need to wear more, actually. Oh, I thought this was going to be a straight keep because I do love this, but now I'm wondering if I'm like over it. I think it serves a purpose, you know? Think I'm going to give it a summer. Some of these things, they're on their last legs. Another item which is my mother's, so shan't get rid of it. It's also very cute. Ooh, perfect little red dress, keep. Thing is, I do like a lot of these things. This is where the excuses start. Right, no, here's something I can get rid of. This. I will not wear this. It's way too short for me. I'm not gonna wear it. Away. I feel, you know what, this I may as well just get up off the floor. I just bought this dress. It's brand new. It's brand new to me, but also brand new. I got it on Vinted, but it's new with tags. And it's gorge. It's obviously saying. Love this dress, big sleeves, open back, all to the floor. It stays. This I felt like, again, I thought this was going to be a straight keep, but now I'm unsure. It's like a little wraparound styly zebra print. That is kind of fun, isn't it? I think I will wear this. Again, this is a last legs sort of situation, I fear. I might have to make a list of the things which I've said that about so that I don't pretend I didn't say it. This I don't wear enough, but I absolutely love it. So I think if I end up not wearing this again, I have to get rid of it, but I do really like it. So I just need to like, it's one of those things I just need to make it work, you know? This is like one of the only black items of clothing I have. It's very short to be fair, but until I get a better black item of clothing, I need this for unfortunate scenarios. Oh, okay, this. Oh, I love this. I think it's so cute. I'm a fan of gingham, if you couldn't tell. I love the little details, but it's so short. I obviously could wear a short with it. Okay, I've got an idea for an outfit. If I don't wear that outfit, or if I do and I don't like it, it's going. You hear me? Love this dress. Super cute, keep. One of my favorite skirts, it's a keep. Same as my black dress, but in denim. Do I actually think I'll ever wear this? Don't know. I like to think I will. There's scenarios, you know, where you need things, but don't love being restricted. Feels silly to get rid of such a staple though, do you know what I mean? I'm not doing super well here, am I? Oh, you know, if I had the energy, I would be trying stuff on. Because I think like this, I think it makes or breaks it for me what I feel like when I put it on. Because I love a polka dot. Do not get me wrong. Again, it's like a mini tight fit, like, I don't know if I'm that girl anymore, you know? Okay, you know what's a version of this, which I will get rid of? Mini tight fit. I just don't, the purple's not for me, it's not my colour. I've worn it once, and it was fine. Okay, alternatively though, this is short and tight fit, but the halter neck, the little cutouts, it's actually really cute, and I think worth it. This I absolutely love. Again, I'm gonna need to try this on to figure out like, you know what my main issue with this is that it's got loads of like pull threads on it, but I think if I can fix that, I'll keep it. So that's on like a repair pile. Okay, I've got these two skirts. This one, they're like both corduroy. The only reason why I actually kept these was like for the sake of like Christmassy outfits, which means that really this one, she's not making the cut for Christmas, is she? The red, I can see myself doing more with. So I think I'll keep the red and I'll cut the green, which feels like the most insane way round of doing this. But I can't picture myself wearing this casually. It's just too short. I wish short skirts weren't an issue for me, but they just are. Okay, we're getting there. This, so cute, I'm keeping it. This is literally just like a black like slip dress. This isn't like for wearing on its own. I don't know if I still got the dress that this came with, but I think this is worth keeping just for like in case, you know. Sparkly mini dress. It has its purpose, has a purpose that nothing else fills. Do I need that purpose? It is kind of longer as well. It's actually almost knee length. This can stay. This, once again, I'm way too sentimental about, but I'm keeping it for like beach cover up kind of situation. This I've already worn this summer, so I'll keep. Although I don't love it. No, when it's like really hot and like you've just got to wear this and like some trainers, it's cute. Same for this dress. It's not my like absolute favorite thing in the world, but when it's super hot, yeah. That's the kind of thing I might try and get like better replacements for, but for now they've got their purpose. And then finally, my Smiley Miley dress. And I call it that because I bought it because I saw Miley Cyrus wearing it. I simply can't part ways. Okay, so I got rid of 6 items. That's not bad. That is not bad. With one in the repair or get out of here situation. Okay, so we are at the end of week 4. So it is time for our weekly check-in. So morning pages, 7 out of 7, still not missed any. And I did just write in my check-in that really enjoying it. It's like some days it's literally just me rambling, like this is what I did today and yesterday and you know, whatever. But then sometimes I do find that sort of merging into some sort of like introspection on myself and how I'm feeling. And that's really good. It's just like a really nice, calm way of like sorting through my thoughts. Because it feels almost just as jumbled as when you just sit there and think. But I think the process of writing it down just makes you slow a bit, so you have a bit better of a process going, which is good. My artist date, of course I did that. It was hours of me sorting out this room that I'm in and downstairs. I mean, doesn't look like it, but this is the new sofa that you saw me set up. This is all the stuff that I've got listed on Vinted, so yeah. Which I have been selling quite a few things, so that's been good. And yeah, it's just really nice. It is nice to have finally sorted out the spaces. Like I said, it was something that I was needing to do anyway. So the fact that I drew that artist date, like from the randomizer sort of thing, that was really perfect. Also, sorry if you can hear the noise outside. It's still so hot in London. So my windows are open. But take in the London ambiance, you know? And yeah, I just found it really interesting that this week, it really mentioned a fair bit about getting rid of things you don't need, like decluttering. One of the tasks was like get rid of that set of clothes and stuff. So it was really just perfect timing for things that I already had going on and wanted to get done. Other than that, obviously it was reading deprivation week. I feel like I did pretty well, to be honest. I didn't read any book or anything. I did actually find myself like clicking on news articles on my phone more frequently. I think because I was so off social media, I did that very successfully. That it was like anytime I was looking at my phone to like answer a text or something, it was like, ooh, what's this from the outside world kind of thing. But then I didn't really read the full thing. I'd just like see the headline and be like, oh, interesting, okay. Yeah, I did a couple of sort of like morning check-ins on social media. Just, you know, I'd like open it, see if anyone I know had messaged me or like put up anything. I'd like maybe look at a couple stories of people I know and then I'd close it. And I didn't even do that every day. I wasn't watching any YouTube, any Twitch streams. I literally did everything in silence. A couple of times when I was like cooking and washing up and things, I did put on some music. And I'll consider creative because I listen to musicals and I sing along, and that's something. But yeah, overall, I didn't find it as hard as I thought I would. Doing things in silence without the background noise was surprisingly easy. I think I actually do have a lot of like, either my brain is just like chatting, or I'm just like in silence fine. Like I really thought the silence would bother me, but it just didn't. So that was really good to know. Similar with commutes, there were a couple of times where it was like, I didn't have anything to do. Sometimes I was like, oh yay, like I have texts to respond to. So I would do that on my commute. But then I just found myself sometimes having to sit there and just look around, you know, which was sometimes really interesting and sometimes really not. So that was maybe the hardest bit for me. But yeah, so it was a positive in the end. And I feel like I did at least get out of it like an understanding that I can do it. Also, I did find myself like sort of almost coming up with like like small like snippets of stories. Like I'd look at someone and maybe they'd have like an interesting feature. Like I think once it was like someone with a tattoo, and not even necessarily about that person, but my mind would then like think on that, and then suddenly I'd be like coming up with like this little like either like literally like a little snippet of a story or like a story idea or something. So that was really cool. I did find myself actually having these sort of creative ideas. So yeah, I think it definitely works, especially when you are out and about. I think, you know, when I'm at home, you know, I'm more thinking about things that I'm doing. I'm not necessarily being as like thoughtful in that way. But yeah, definitely when out and about and you've got all of this like input and things, I was finding it actually sparking some creativity. So that was really cool, actually. Definitely something that I know then, like for future, if I was trying to write something, create something, maybe I won't look at my phone or read or anything on the commute and see if anything pops up. Like, I think that's a cool thing to know works for me. But yeah, so I did really enjoy this week. I thought it was really cool. Final thing I want to mention is I did a couple of the tasks. I specifically did the ones where it was like, picture yourself at 80 and 8 and write yourself a letter from both of those ages. I found the 81 actually really interesting and yeah, quite an introspective task, and I really enjoyed that one. The 8 years old one was hard because I already have been that person. And I don't really remember what it was like to be her. So to write from her perspective was really difficult. And it sort of said like, you know, what would you tell yourself? Like what would 8-year-old me tell, you know, 26-year-old me? And I was like, I don't know. I more just had questions. I could only picture 8-year-old me being like, you know, who are we friends with? Like, what's our job? Like, have you got kids? Are you married? I couldn't think like, what would I tell myself? So that was just an interesting thing. I think that makes sense for me though. It's like I don't know how to picture myself as a child. So yeah, that made sense to me. But it was a very interesting task to do, and definitely the 80-year-old one, yes, was fruitful in some ways, just being like, okay, what do I think I'll be like? And what do I think I would tell myself now, kind of thing. It's worth doing. It's worth sometimes taking a step out of your current life and being like, hey, if you're 80, what are you hoping you've done? What are you making sure if you could tell yourself now that you would be doing, you know? So it was good. Anyway, rambling's over. This was a very productive week and I really enjoyed this one. I hope you enjoyed the video. I feel like it was a little bit different. I had like the closet clean out section and stuff. That was really fun for me to do. And I'm not sure if I'll do more of that. I'm definitely going to be decluttering like more of my wardrobe and stuff, but I don't know if I'll film it. So let me know if you're interested in that. I know that it's something that I really like, so if I am able to film while I'm doing it, then I probably will. Because I genuinely do think it's maybe one of my favourite types of videos to watch, so make it for myself, why not? But yeah, anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye!